Hi, this is Earth Angel Ascension 222 back with a quick video. Today I'm going to make a video about narcissistic abuse recovery and projection. As you know, as I've stated in previous videos, I'm a narcissistic abuse life coach. I deal exclusively with healing as the scapegoat and narcissistic abuse recovery. Today I received an email from someone. And I'm going to make a long story short because I don't have the email in front of me because I'm on my phone making this video. But basically the person said, I was referred to you from a friend of mine, and she said you've really helped her out a lot. And she said, the question I have today is, my whole life I've always made others feel good, and I've always supported others, and I've always been a positive person, but I've been always made to feel unworthy. And she said basically in the email that she's been to many psychotherapists, counselors, and they all seem to say to her that this is a case of self-love. You don't love yourself enough. So I'm going to give the girl's answer, my point of view, not the psychotherapist, not the counselors, being somebody that has gone through this. This video is going to help me too, because I have had the same thing my whole life since day one. Number one, it's not a question that you don't love yourself enough. So I'm going to go right off the grid with what they said that's incorrect. What it is as an empath, you mirror to whoever you're around. She said, I'm highly empathic. I'm not sure if I'm an empath. Well, the fact that you're highly empathic, you probably are an empath. So I'm going to go on this statement right here. You as an empath mirror to somebody. When they're in your company, you are like a mirror reflection. So your energy and theirs become one energy. And you're mirroring back to them their true how they feel. So the question is not a question of that you don't love yourself enough. It's the fact that you're showing them something they don't want to see. So instead of accepting maybe there's something they need to fix in themselves, maybe there's some things that they're aware of, some things they're hiding from others. Well, in your company, they can't hide it because the mirror is pushing it right back to them. So instead of, going inside and maybe doing the work or, I don't know, accepting that there's things that maybe they need to change or things that they might need to heal, they are attacking you back in return for showing them something that they've been trying to avoid. So basically, instead of owning that stuff in themselves, they're attacking you for showing it to them. So you're mirroring to them. And I also wrote back to the same individual and I said, does everybody do that to you? She said, no, some people highly respect me. I said, well, those are people that are healthy. So what it is as an empath, when you're vibrating very high and you're high in positive energy scale and you're a very powerful person, meaning that, you're here to help others out. Others that are not in that high vibration like you, when they are around you, it makes them very uncomfortable. And the quickest way to become comfortable in your company is to try to make you feel unworthy or inadequate. So it's pure projection. See, the problem with being an empath sometimes is if you go to a therapist, most therapists are not properly trained in narcissistic abuse. So they always try to re-victimize, not always, I shouldn't say that. A lot of times they try to re-victimize the victim. And instead of saying, hey, you're an abuse survivor, they try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong to attract this. Well, the answer as an empath, you're not. You're just living your spiritual path. And your spiritual path is to show other people what they need to heal. And a lot of people don't want to heal, or they know that with healing comes a lot of pain. So they don't want to face that stuff. They want to, push it aside. So as an empath, when they're around you, they can't push it aside. It's right there in their face. And it's not on purpose. You're just doing your job as on a soul level that you came here to do. And that's to show other people what they need to fix. And as empaths, I'm going to say this too. We have no problem going inside. She said the same thing in her email. She said, I've spent a whole lifetime working on my wounds. And I'm here to congratulate you today. I'm going to take the opposite stance that these therapists have taken towards you and say, you have done an amazing job. You're a wonderful soul. And when others are trying to bring you down and make you feel unworthy, it's just a reflection of how they feel in your company. So you have to stop taking it personal. And then I'm going to hit on a topic number 2 that comes with this answer for her. And I didn't write this to her yet, but I'm going to make this video. I'm going to send it to her, and I'm also going to write this to her. The number 2 thing is also realize your validation does not come from other people. So when you self-validate and when you realize you're worthy, then no one can make you feel unworthy. And she said, what do I do when they start making me feel unworthy? I'm going to give you one powerful statement that your therapists are not going to give you. And this is what you do. You look at them and say, I'm sorry you feel the way you do, but my validation does not come from other people. My validation comes from inside only, and I validate myself. So whether you like me or not is not going to change how I feel about myself. And when you say that to them, that will be absolute dynamite, and they will not be able to fight against that. And it's not being nasty, but it's showing them that you don't have to own their negative energy, and that you're not going to allow them to make you feel small so they can feel good in your company. And that's what they're trying to do. See, as an empath, you naturally go out and you want to lift people up, but not everybody's on that side of this. Think of a coin. You have the plus end and the minus end. These people that are filled with like narcissistic traits, or they're borderlines or whatever, they're toxic people, psychopaths, they do the opposite. They try to bring people to their level so that it makes them feel inflated. And as an empath, you don't need to do that. You feel amazing already, so you want others to feel amazing with you. So number 2, to heal from this wound, number 1, no one can invalidate you as long as you validate yourself. So their approval is not necessary. Sometimes you have to tell them that, I'm sorry you don't approve of me, but I approve of me. So your validation is not required of myself. I validate myself. Or you could say, my validation comes from inside, not from other people. So please hold your comments to yourself, or however you want to put it. You don't have to be nasty. And then the other thing is just to realize, as an empath, you are mirroring to them things that they need to heal. So you don't even have to take it personal when they do get upset. The only time you have to say something is when they start trying to put you down. Just say, hey, look it, I'm not going to allow you to treat me badly in my company because I respect myself. And if you don't validate myself, or you don't validate me and you don't feel I'm worthy, then I'm just going to remove myself from you. But my validation does not come from anyone else. My validation comes from inside only, and I validate myself completely and wholly. And that's what you tell them. And there's nothing they can say, And when this happens, when you have these dynamics, you probably will lose a lot of people, because they won't be able to play that game on you. And the game is to dump their negative energy into you so you can feel bad and they can feel inflated. And you'll notice these people only do it when they need a recharge of energy from you, or they need to feel good. So they'll call you and, they'll start off on a good note sometimes, and then they'll end up trying to make you feel like you're not doing good enough, or your life sucks, or you're not worthy of them. And, just realize those people have no bearance to you. You shouldn't even be in their company. If that's how the type of people they are, when they do check out of your life, it's the best thing that ever happened. So my answer is, number 1, realize you're an empath, and you are going to trigger people by your high vibration. When you're vibrating so fast and you're so powerful and you're so filled with positive energy, others that are not like that, you're going to make them uncomfortable, and they're going to project onto you. And they're going to try to bring you down, because when you're here and they're here, the only way to be in your company is to try to lower you to their level. So don't allow it. Just, speak boundaries. Like I said, just tell them my validation comes from inside, not from other people. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I validate myself. So how you feel about me is irrelevant. Tell them that. And that's that. And then, like I said, the number two thing is to realize you're a mirror, and you're always going to mirror this stuff to them, because there's things that they need to heal inside themselves. So, and the only way they're going to heal inside is by looking at themselves. And you're probably the first person that has ever caused them to have to go inside, because there's not a ton of people that are like empaths. So you probably are the first person that caused them to have to go inside and look at themselves, and it's something they don't like to do. So you're making them uncomfortable. Like I said, you're triggering them without trying to trigger them. So until next time, stop letting people tell you that you don't love yourself. That's something they told me too, like many a times. Oh, you don't, the only reason these people are treating you like that is you don't love yourself enough. That's a complete lie. That's like from somebody that's just very unaware. That's what I'm going to say. Until next time, like I said, your validation comes from inside, and as an empath, you will deal with people projecting onto you. It's part of your gift, and you just have to learn strong boundaries and strong affirmations to yourself and strong validation in yourself. And once you validate yourself, no one can invalidate you. Until next time, God bless you. I love you.